Well, I've actually come back and check my camera real quick. Make sure I'm on the right one. I'm on the right one still. Welcome back. I'm actually going to do a second part of this, then get sleepy, then go watch a movie. Actually sit and watch what I done at first. And still going to be in trouble. I did turn more light on, but there he is. Oh, Bucky. I'm sorry. I shouldn't. I shouldn't say nothing. But I want to do a part two on this gun safety. And I showed you a lot of guns and I covered a lot of things, talked a lot of stories. And I told you about the one story about my friend Bob, and I brought up his brother. Oh, and how you like that hat? I gotta say, my daddy gave me that. So I guess to show you one of the ways and we might dress up to go out and shoot. We might put on a nice little hat like this, blocks the sun. I don't know about making you look good, Lord mercy. I sure ain't gonna come up with that. I don't think I'm at it. Then again, I have been asked for pictures for the cornfield and the garden, keep out the animals. But I kind of resituated, got some other things out, and I want you to understand something. I'm not bragging. Believe me, I'm not bragging. It's not what I got. It's what I can teach you. It's what I can share with you. First off, as always, I'm going to pray. Come on, ask the good Lord right now. Bow your heads to guide us through the day. Be with my family member going into the surgery. Be with those who are in need. Be with those who are sick. Be with those who need you. Be with those homeless. Be with those without food. Lord, reach out and touch them. Be with them, Lord. And in God's name I pray. Amen. And I hope possibly Blue's watching. He's my buddy I work with. But I came out and I showed you something. And I'm going to show you another one real quick. Huh. And look, what does that tell you? SOG. And that tells me this thing must be sharp. Look, Pete, I think I owe you one of these. But look at that. We talk about gun safety. What about knife safety? What all can you do with it? You can saw, chop, cut, stab. I may need to get off here. I seem like I could be a violent person, and honest to God's truth. You think of all the kids watching these movies, playing these games, and how many kills they get a day. As a parent, you might want to step back and you look at all these guns. Well, guess what? They're probably using more sophisticated instead of semi over and under single barrel. They're probably using a lot more sophisticated guided bombs, hatchets, warlock stuff. I know. I've seen some of these games and they're realistic and they kill people. It may be in a game, but they're killing. And one of the things I wanted to go back to my buddy Bob, The reason I brought his brother into that, and I'm sorry that I went from one to the other, but it was after we got to our camp spot for the night, his brother shows up. Bob and I, kind of downstream from it, and we're just sitting there by the water talking, probably drinking a cold beer. Bill had came up. I didn't know this. He was drinking beer. Beer's not a good thing with guns, I can tell you that. Drugs or anything else. Know your safety. But anyway, as I described in the first one, about Bob throwing the beer can out in front of me, shooting in the water, ricocheting and scared me, and I'm down in there calling him a fool and a few other choice words, and he just didn't know. That's why I'm covering it again, because here comes his brother drinking a cold beer, throws it out in the water, and it's coming downstream. Guess who's downstream? Bob and I. Guess who's got that pistol? Bill. Guess what he does? Starts shooting. And it's steadily coming down. I run back and lay down. I'm hollering at Bob to move, and I'm telling him to quit shooting. And the guy actually is laughing. Bob, don't know if he moved or not, but when he quit shooting, I got them both together and I told him, I said, look, I've been in the military. They teach you things. They teach you gun safety. They teach you about killing. Teach you about accidents. And don't be shooting in the water because it ricochets. Listen, it's just not water. You can shoot at steel. You can shoot at a train going by you, and you can shoot at it, and it could possibly pop back and hit you. Same thing with a small caliber. It may not go in that tree. It may bounce back and hit you. Rocks bounce back and hit you. And I'm telling you these things because it's true. It's possible this thing can happen. And you may be sitting there laughing, thinking this guy's an idiot. Well, I did a little something. Why don't you look at something? I talk about sizes of ammos and different things, calibers. I'm getting chills. Wow. Can't believe I got that one. And as gun owners, you wouldn't believe how many different calibers you can buy. I'm not going to sit here and name every one of them, but I'm just going to kind of give you an example. I don't know if you can see it. Very small. If I had my remote here, I could zoom in on it and show you more. That is a 22 short, 22 caliber short. Not very long. Again, it can kill you. It can injure you. It can hurt you. 9 millimeter. 9 millimeter. That's caliber. Not very big. Little fat. Short. It can kill you. Out of one of these I show you, can not kill you. All of them will take care of life or hurt you or injure somebody. And this is a 20 gauge. This is for a shotgun. This is a 12 gauge. There's a difference. You're not going to put this one in the 20 gauge. You can accidentally drop this one in the 12 gauge. Depending on where it lands and how it sticks, you might accidentally fire it. Some of you will tell me you can't, but I can tell you it will go in there. These is what we consider as bird shot, and they make a load that's called rock shot. That if you shoot somebody in the butt, they really ain't gonna be happy. They're gonna be burning and they're gonna be screaming. But you probably shot them with that because they was doing something they shouldn't have, and don't blame me. This is bird shot, game shot, skeet, recreational. Out here, look at this. A little bit short one. Huh. What do you got there, Mike? Well, let's see. For a blind man, you can't really see. Some of them you already sitting there going, come on, you dummy, it's a 2-2. It is a 2-2-3. Look at it. Like it. It's a little longer, pointed. It is a 2-2-3, and it will go in my AR, and it will semi-automatic. But you can buy true automatic weapons. I don't suggest it. That's your preference. Look at that. That is actually a 22 Magnum. A little longer, size of a 22, and it's a short. And there's actually a 22 long, which I didn't get out, and I probably got them laying a little bit of everywhere, but I'm not going to go looking. It's 22 Magnum. Go with a pistol, go in my rifle. And I like shooting 22 Magnums. 17. About the size of a 22, pointed. And this is what they call I'm trying to think of the word, for coyotes and stuff like that. There's a word for it, but I am getting old, and y'all can laugh and say, yeah, you old fart. Getting old, you don't remember. True. Like I said, anyone I've showed you yet will kill you. Check this bad boy. I don't have this caliber. 357 mag. Mama's gun. I remember this gun. She had a 22 too. But I remember this 357. Nickel plated. Wish I had it. My brother may have it. I hope he does. But when somebody busts a cap in you with that, you're definitely going to probably go. And I hope and pray nobody ever does. 357 Magnum. Bad boy. And these here are all going to be the same. They're just different loads. 270, and I don't have it out here, but I do own a 270. And this one right here, a reach out and touch you, and it won't be AT&T call. Look at that, different loads. Let's make sure I'm right. Okay, 270. One snub, one's pointed. Different loads, and still, you shoot at somebody with these, you're definitely going to reach out there and touch them. That was actually a 7 mag. There's a story behind this. My dad won this gun somewhere at a raffle, which you can do. And this has been many years ago. He let my brother-in-law have it. And when my dad passed away, this gun was in his closet, and I gave it to him because I felt for all that he done for us, why would I not do something for him? That wasn't nowhere near close to what he done for them. So I appreciate it. The silver bullet. So if there's a vampire comes in, I got the bullet, got the gun. Oh my. I don't know if 9mm count for it, but I can say it was silver. Don't know if it'd take him out or not. But I share it with him for a reason. That's different calibers, however you want to say it. I'm country. Let's don't get laugh. But that's different calibers. You can accidentally put some calibers in the wrong gun that'll blow up in your face if you do it. So know your caliber. Look at your shells. Pay attention to what you're doing. Again, gun safety. Things you need to know. If you're going to play or go hunt or go shoot, and I say play, you should never play with guns. People that play that Russian roulette, whenever they lose, they lose. There ain't no coming back. So let's don't talk about playing with guns. Guns are not to play with. Let me make that clear. They kill, they hurt, they destroy families, they destroy lives, they kill animals. Hey, they got their place. And then again, they're used for a lot of wrong reasons. And I'm doing this as a safety, trying to teach you. And I may not be the one that should do it. If you're wondering, where do I get off? I did serve in the military. I meant to go get my beautiful military private picture to show you I was a soldier. I went all the way up to E4, PFC, and I did not want to be a lifer because I knew where my career was and I was going back, and I'm still with it. But as I went through these calibers, there's a reason, and explain to you, some will go in the wrong guns and you can hurt yourself. Now I'm going to show you some more. I'm not bragging. I'm trying to educate you. Excuse me. That's a bad boy there. Huh? For you that don't know about this little gun, you've heard me talk about pellet guns. This is actually a pellet or BB gun, one at a time. It's got a safety. And as I tell you before, don't be pointing guns at people. I may be pointing it all over the room. I can promise you nobody's around me. But don't point guns at people because they will hurt them. They will kill them. And as I said before, intentionally or accidentally, you're responsible. I keep saying who's responsible. I want to make something clear. It's the one actually holding the gun at the time that you shoot somebody. You're definitely responsible. Kid, teenager, adult, grandparents. If you point this and take somebody's life, you're responsible. The owner's responsible too. But there again, this gun, you pump it up. I didn't pump it all the way. It comes way out here. Shoot somebody in the right place, you can kill them. Another one of my little guns. I always do this. I want you to see it's not loaded. Not loaded. Pull it back. What are you telling me, Mike? Well, this is a little gun. It's got a lot of sentimental value to it. That a friend of mine sold me. And actually, one of them guns got stolen. I wish I knew who took it. See if I can get it. Huh? See that? What? What? Look at that little green dot. Well, guess what? I think you can change it. I know you can change it. Turn it to red. I always say give them the red dot special. And I can tell you where a gun's concerned, if that red dot's on you, and a lot of military and police and officers use that little red dot and they put it on you, I can promise you, you want to stop and do what they tell you because they're fixing to take you, and it ain't going to be to dinner. They mean business. Again, 22 caliber, semi-automatic. We call these target guns. Go out, shoot targets. I can hit a squirrel. Oh, Mike, ain't that bad off shot. May take 345 rounds to shoot it, but I can hit a squirrel. Go ahead and laugh, Blue, Grease. Come on, get your laughs in. I want to bring this one out here because I talked earlier about the AR. I had it. What in the heck is this? What is this? Hey, I see a light blinking. Maybe that demon up here with me. Not loaded. Don't load them. Now, if you're asking me, Mom, got any loaded guns in your house? Huh? No. Believe me, they ready. And this one right here, you definitely don't want me to point at you because I can take you out. I am left-handed. Why am I showing you these? I want to show you this one because it's considered an assault rifle also. It's a semi-automatic weapon. And I don't know why people call these assault rifles. because anything I've showed you, including the knives, can be assault weapon. This is a semi-automatic. The pistol I showed you is a semi-automatic, not an automatic. There's a difference. And for you that don't know it, that sitting out there crying about taking out all these different weapons out of the system, basically what you're trying to do, and the gun owners need to know this, is take away our protection of what you're trying to do. That we can't protect ourselves against your military army. And if the Bidens and the Pelosi's and the Clintons and the Schumers and all them would have got it their way, we wouldn't have these. That's just honest God's truth. You can go and cry. You can go and tell me I'm wrong. That's honest God's truth. They wanted to overthrow this country and they wanted to hand it to another country and take away your rights, especially your gun rights. But what they don't tell you, as you're seeing people every day getting shot, getting killed, man, look at that hat. I like that hat. Cowboy. Want to be a cowboy. But let's get back to what I said. They want to take away your rights. But what they're not doing. And President Trump, I even challenge you, J.D. Vance, you've been military. Any of you that's been military, know I'm right. You need to express more on gun control and gun safety. And when I say gun control, if you're a convicted felon, you're not supposed to have them, you shouldn't have them. If you went out there and you murdered somebody, you shouldn't be in the streets. You shouldn't be sitting in jail for a life sentence. If you murder somebody, they should take you out of the system. That's why we have the laws. That's why we have the death penalty. And we have these people that wants to say, oh, well, wait. They got their rights. We're to hold them up there in them. And you know, some of these people that are sitting there were sadistic. They gruesomely butchered people. And it just wasn't with guns. It was with knives, rocks. They murdered people. And they sit on our system. And they spend the taxpayers' money. And as this happens, you need to understand this, Gutfield, Tyrus. I like you people. I really do. Kind of like me, you like to put a little humor in it. Hey, and unlike you, I get to go barefooted. Man, look at them big dogs. They all dried up, broke. And matter of fact, I got a shot in that one and the other one yesterday. And I won't be running no foot race. But I challenge y'all to talk about gun safety and gun control. And where does this gun control come? It starts out at home. My guns go right back in the safe and they're locked up. You're not just going to walk in and pick these up and go shooting people. You're going to have to take time out to load them up. You're going to have to know what you're doing. So I am being safe. But what I challenge y'all to do, and I'll be glad to come and talk about it, as you know, I love to talk, and I've been talking almost 30 minutes. Y'all show is an hour. I'm good at that. I can take the whole hour. I'd rather come and just enjoy time with you. Elon Musk, same thing. You use all this technology or building things. Gun safety should be a big priority. I can design things, put these guns in places that you never see them, you never know they're there, but they'll be locked up. But the main thing is teaching people, especially those that don't know nothing about it. For you people who walk through Walmart, Academy, wherever they sell guns, sporting goods stores, Mossy Oak, and I'm not advertising. Nobody's giving me nothing. I ain't even seen a thumbs up. Nobody ever may watch one of these. But what I'm getting at, teach them gun safety, teach them gun control. Teach these younger people that if you go out there and accidentally shoot somebody and they die, you're probably going to be charged with murder. Teach these young people that if you don't know about guns, don't put your hands on them. Teach these little ones that you put your hands on that gun, you're going to get your butt whooped, not time out. Time out don't do it. Because I can guarantee you, as I watched a football game last night, watching the little ones, and you're hearing the parents go, "Sit down, don't move, stop." And I hope I don't offend nobody, but I'm just telling the truth. The kids don't listen. What's sad is these electronics took over their mind, and that's all they want to watch and listen to. They're not paying you no attention. And where you're supposed to be parenting and teaching them these things, they're not listening. And as you send them into the school system and teachers have to deal with them, they're not listening. And I've heard a couple of ladies talking yesterday that I had to meet with about kids going to school with guns. And I told them, I said, you don't know how many walks through that door with guns. Where they walk in their daddy's room, and I'm as guilty back in when I was a kid. I can tell you a story, honest to God's truth, and all of you laugh if you want to. But I'd say, see, we had maids. I don't think we had slaves. It was not slaves. They could whoop our butt if they needed to. And believe me, they did. But this one, typically one, Miss Julie, and at that time, I'm a little kid. And I will say my dad was wrong, so y'all can't punish him today because my daddy's no longer with me. I wish he was. I wish he was wearing this hat. But he had a little pistol, 38 special. Everybody's heard about 38 specials. I'm sure if you're not, you go to the store and ask to look at one. And they'll show you. Most of you police officers carry one. Nowadays, they carry the Glocks, the 9 millimeters, the 380s, different calibers. They also carry the ARs, the little 9 millimeter assault rifle. And you know what? I'm glad they do. I don't hope they ever use one against me, but I'm glad they do. They serve their purpose. Now, these people that's walking in these schoolyards or walking in these stores, and that's something else I want to touch base on. I started to bring out some stuff, and I did. I want to tell you something. If you see somebody walking down the street carrying this gun, and they're wearing all kind of military garb, and they got on a big old vest, may even have a cowboy hat on. Don't get no. Now let's don't go. Hey, don't start saying, hey, wait a minute now. This fool done stirred up something. Not doing that. I'm just saying. You see somebody walking down the middle of the street with that, they sure ain't going. Well, I won't say they ain't going hunting, but they sure not going hunting for no animals or game. They're going hunting for somebody. They're going to hurt or kill somebody. Now, here's what's sad. You honestly don't know their intentions. But if they're walking down the middle of the street with that, I can guarantee you they're fixing to shoot. They're fixing to take somebody out. Now, me as a gun owner sees that, and I take out my little 22 or 9 or 38 special, 357, 45, and I aim it. And I take that person out. I'm going to be arrested. And if that person's not dead, probably going to be in jail for attempted murder, not murder. And I've got to prove myself. Why did you do it? He hasn't shot anybody yet. And if I don't remember, you can prove me wrong. At one time, our military was said, you do not fire until you're fired upon. That's Crockett, you know what. If somebody shoot or plan on shooting at me, I'm going to take my first shot. I can tell you that. I'm not going to wait because you know what? They may not miss. You may not get that chance. And there's no reason to put anyone, especially our soldiers, our police officers, any officer, any military personnel in that situation. That's just like when that kid was up there on that roof with that gun, or young man, and he was pointing at our future president. Should have never went that far. Donald Trump should have never been put in that situation. The guy that's going on trial right now for attempted assassination. Talking about, hey, I want to represent myself. Well, he's going to make a circus of it. He has that right. The fact is, that man planned on taking that man out. He planned on taking our future president out. And you want to know something? There was a lot of elected officials sitting back hoping it would happen. And they even said it. Maxine Waters, I don't like you. You're a very evil person. You're always talking about hurting somebody. I don't care how old you are. You are. And honestly, you can go back and look at all these different ABC, CBN, NBC, Fox, CNN, The View. It's sad what these people get away with. Being protected, talking about harming people. If I get on here and talk about I'm going to come and take such and such out and do this, I'm going to be considered mentally ill, and they're going to come after me. They're going to come after old Mike. They're going to probably throw the key away. And you want to know something? If I don't fit their narrative, I wasn't targeting somebody that they want to see gone, I don't have a chance. The Bernie Sanders, the Pelosi's, the Schumers, the Schiffs, the Clintons, the Obamas, they're not coming to help me. I'm not going to have that powerhouse. I'm not going to have all these movie stars talk about my rights. They're going to let me go down. You let all these other people that have actually went out and killed people, these people are funding, whether it's illegals, mass murderers, serial killers. I'm sure there's a lot of different descriptions of them, mentally ill. And when you talk about somebody mentally ill, if they're killing people, they need to be locked away, just like any one of the others I've mentioned. Just like if you're a pedophile, just like if you're raping kids, just like if you're a transgender going in the girls' bathroom just because you can and taking advantage of them, punishment. And you might be getting mad. You might say I'm wrong, and I really don't care. If I was an elected official, I would push the law to the fullest, and that's what those who are elected should be doing. So I'm talking about sending these illegals back, and I want to get off my gun safety, but send them back. I don't. I'd have seen my taxpayer monies go somewhere else. But when I talk about gun safety, that starts at home. Law enforcement. Go out and teach your gun safety. Explain to them why you walk around with that gun strapped to your side. They're not doing it for their own personal gain. Some of them, yeah, sure, I'm sure there is. Most of them is to protect you as a citizen. They took an oath, just like the elected officials took an oath, and it's for the United States of America and the citizens. And we got a lot that do not do their job. We got a lot that use that against people like me. Taxes. They allow corporations to take advantage of the working class people. I know that don't have nothing to do with gun control, but you want to know something? Yes, it does. How, Mike? Come on, where are you going? Wait. How do you figure? I'll tell you how you figure. Look at how much your electricity bills cost. Look how much your groceries cost. Gas, taxes. And they about made it even where good paying jobs, people are struggling. Oh, that's their fault. Not whenever you're taking $5,000 every 2 weeks out of their checks. Think what you could do with that, even if it was 2,000 that they gave you back. They don't care because you are taking care of any elected official with your tax money. And it's funny how a lot of them are multi-millionaires who shouldn't be holding any of them positions because they didn't do nothing but pad their pockets and take advantage of you, tax paying, working class people. Sorry if I'm hurting people's feelings, but that's it. So, yeah, there's gun control there. There's gun safety there because you don't piss people off, and they are coming at you, and I'm sure. Just like law officers, accidents happen. And when you're dealing with drug addicts and they're all messed up in their head, and you're the parent, even my own, I've done told them, you get out there and act a fool, if something happens like that, I can't come fight for you. I'm sorry. That's just reality. I love my kids. These guns are nothing to play with. You want to tote a gun on you, you better know the responsibility of that gun. Whether it's a gun, whether it's drinking and driving, drugs, know the responsibility. You should get caught, you're going to be punished. So it's in your hands, if you heard that, not to do it. Now let's get back to my guns. I've showed you this all, and I've got a couple more here that I want to show you. Look at this pretty nice, sweet 20 gauge, over and under. Barrel breaks down, and I know I'm fixing to really PO some people. Don't care. This is over and under, double barrel. It's going to shoot 2 rounds, and you can choose which barrel you want to shoot. As you can pull, you make it shoot both barrels. I don't suggest it. There's no reason because it's a game gun and you're shooting at birds or whatever, mostly doves and pheasants and stuff like that, or skeet. It is used for recreational. And they're a lot of fun. Again, same thing. I want to say it again. If you're walking around and you're Elmer Fudd and you're looking for that rabbit, pay attention. Even throwing it over your shoulder. I don't get my TV, but showing over your shoulder. Well, look at that. Look where you hold it. People have been shot accidentally. Gun safety. You're walking in, you're holding it down like this. Let me get up. See that? A lot of people carry guns like that. Kids ram it in the dirt. They'll shove that son on that far up in the mud. Well, guess what? You created A very bad situation. That gun can blow up. Rifle, they can blow up. I do not have a muzzle loader. Wish my buddy who just bought one had borrowed it, but I'm going to show you another one. And there's a story behind it. Believe it. How, Lord help us, there's a story. Where's the country coming from? Another story. When I show you this monster, what caliber is that, Mike? It was made in the USA, Harrington and Richardson Incorporation, Brander, Massachusetts, up there with them Yankees. Yes, sir. I'm listening to me too, and I love them like a brother. What gauge is that, Mike? Should say on there. I know it's there. There's a story behind it. I know what gauge it is, and I've shot it. Most time it's on the barrel. There it is. See, I'm about blind. Model 176 10 gauge Magnum, 3.5 inch chamber, full choke. One shot, and that's all. And I can promise you, if you shoot this gun, you ain't gonna be happy. I was looking for the year. I know I can look it up. But I thought the year was there. And I believe, I may be wrong, 48, 1948. Now this is one, believe it or not, of my more expensive guns. I don't see that. And you know, believe it or not, I'm gonna do this. I thought it was. It's old. Now when I say old, this thing's old. And it will break down. You can take the barrel off of it. And if you say, well, it probably needs cleaning, just about stick my whole finger in there. What's the story behind this gun? There's a couple. I never shot a 10 gauge. I'm gonna name some people. I think Lewis was with us. Darrell, Donald, Ronald. We was kids, teenagers, wanted to go duck hunting. Well, I don't know what you would call it, but gullible or whatever. I didn't have a shotgun. That's what you use to go duck hunting. Quack, quack, quack. You want to talk about reach out and touch them? Yeah. I knew nothing about a 10 gauge. And believe me, for their entertainment, they didn't want to tell me nothing about the 10 gauge. Put I had down there so I look tough. Because I'm going duck hunting with a 10 gauge. Old country boy gonna go out here and gonna get me a duck. What I didn't know was single shot. It was. They just didn't take me out there and put me on a tree. Don't forget, I'm duck hunting. I'm standing in water. It's cold. Sure enough, here he comes. Whack, 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 whack. Heck yeah, gonna give me your dirt. And when I pulled that trigger, not only did I get that duck, this son hit me so hard, it put me against a tree. Thought I done broke my shoulder. And when I tell you they standing back there laughing at me, they standing back there laughing. They thought that was the funniest thing they ever seen. I didn't think it was so funny, but that was my first introduction to a 10 gauge shotgun. And I can tell you, if you're old and you're not in good shape, or you're young and you don't know nothing about guns, don't shoot a 10 gauge. It's to get, you know what, kicked out of you. You might as well go back there and kick the bull nuts and go on and get kicked by a bull. Use my language, because they're going to hurt. And whatever you aim at, I can promise you're going to hit something. Now, let's come to this one. Oh, there's a story behind it. My dad gave me the hat from Love Very Deep. Was at the feed store in Amory, Mississippi. And a fella happened to approach him. He said, as my dad was coming out of the feed store, he said, "Hey, sir, are you in that truck?" He said, "Yes." "So what you gonna do with them cowboy boots in the back?" "I don't know, them old boots." "You wouldn't want to do some trading, would you?" "Well, you have to know my dad. I don't know what you got." And he pulls this out. My daddy, I can imagine, here now. "What am I gonna do with that?" "Better keep them old boots." When he wasn't gonna wear them no more. And I wasn't gonna wear them. I never could wear cowboy boots. Never was a cowboy. I tried to be one. Me and horses didn't have a good relationship. They throw me, kick me, bite me. And I'm sure some friends, if they see this, they're going to laugh and say, "Yeah, Mr. Tommy up in heaven's probably laughing about it right now." We ain't going to get into it. We're going to stay with this right here. I'm getting better. Some of y'all saying, "Dang, he talks." But what I'm saying about this gun, Daddy traded for it. Then he comes to the shop. We're out there to the house in Amory. "Mike, look what I traded for." "Oh, Daddy, that's all right. What you gonna do with that?" "I don't know. I might use to do some bird gun or something." Knowing dang well he wasn't ever gonna shoot this gun. I'm in my 20s. I'm a pretty healthy old boy. I'm not scared of it. I did remember things like that. Don't forget. Why? Why don't you shoot that? See if it even works. What? Now let me explain. These loads, different loads, pack a different punch. With a 10 gauge, it's gonna pack a punch no matter what it's got. The gun wore out. There was probably a good 30, 40 blackbirds, maybe more, flying over. And they was probably singing that song. Blackbirds singing in the dead of the night. And Mike singing, "I'm gonna take this 10 gauge and show you it's right. All your life you was only waiting for the to be free." And my, it's my ignorant with a load in the same, pointed up at them blackbirds and pulled the trigger. You gotta pull it back. And when I let go, I can honestly say the bird parted way, none fall out of the sky, and I was ready to cry. This song gonna kick my butt. And I'll be honest, don't think it ever was shot again. If it was, I don't know about it. And when my daddy passed away, it was another one that I get to bring home and cherish. But I don't plan on giving it to anybody and letting them shoot. But if you ever want to talk about gun safety, you sure want to tell kids about the 10 gauge and don't be messing with it. because they can't handle it. Just like they probably can't handle the 20 gauge, just like they can't handle the 12 gauge. 20 gauge, 12 gauge, go get them a 14. Start out with. Now, when I say that, remember what I said about safety. Teach them. Spend time with them. Get them away from them electronics. Don't tell them look it up on Google and going out and shoot it. Not saying that won't happen. Let's see. Google. How to load a gun. Which one? Got 6 laying here. Which one you gonna load? Don't all of them load the same? Some break down. Some got magazines. Some's got like the little slide-in tube that you got to drop your bullets down. I had one that you pull the tube out the back, and put them in. Wish I had it. It was an old gun. Had a lot of guns. What I'm saying is teach them the safety. Teach them about the fact that they will kill. Accidents happen. Teach them how to, when they go to the gun case to get a gun, that they do break it down and look and make sure it's not loaded. You as a parent should make sure that gun is not loaded. Because not only could it be you that accidentally shoots somebody, it could be somebody accidentally shoots you. It could be in an argument, somebody goes, grabs that gun, it's loaded. That much quicker they took your life or you took theirs. Make things happen. There is certain people that discuss putting your ammo one place and putting your guns in another. And, you know, if you're going to hurt somebody, you're going to hurt somebody, no matter how far them bullets are and how far that gun is. If you're crazy, you're going to go do it. If you ain't thinking about it, you're going to go do it. And I will say, if you do it, you should be punished. You should be in trouble. You shouldn't be sitting in prison a lifetime if you do certain crimes, especially murder. Shouldn't be sitting in any one of our prisons waiting on any trial or sitting there appealing a trial. Found guilty, down the road you go. If you hold people accountable for what they do, instead of trying to protect what they did, these other people see and live by example. So if they're seeing someone go out here and walk down the street with an AR and they shoot several people, killing them, yet they're going to go to prison and they're going to sit there and you're going to hear certain TV commentators, journalists, whatever you want to call them, come out and say, they got rights. We need to do this for them. They're mentally ill. Oh, they're so poor. Or what? So sad. No, they took somebody's life. They killed somebody. They took somebody's family member. And you're going to fight for their rights? You're going to fight for criminals that come from somewhere else? Their right? You're fighting for them? I'm here to tell you right now. You can all get mad if you want. I'm here to tell you right now. Get my blood pressure worked up. May have to go take some pills. You're wrong. Because for those that's come across that water illegal, they come across here. They ain't looking for no freedom. The freedom they looking for is to overthrow this country, bring the rest of their families over here to build a population and majority rules And if you're not looking and paying attention to your government officials today, and I might get shot for saying this, one of these may be used against me. This is the truth. That New York president and Bernie Sanders standing there, another one I don't like, talking about Mandini or whatever his name is. No, we don't need that. But yet there's a lot of people who want to see it. And I want to say this again. The book you don't want to read, I wrote it. There's two of them there. They're small. But everything I talk about is in this book until it comes to my boys. I am going to share with you later on. Leather Rose, they got a disc, and I'll be glad to get you one. Very talented young man, not very old. You know, Blake, I gotta say, I'm sorry I called you Brandon earlier. And Carson, Silas, Mason, seen them tonight. They admire these young men. They're really good. You may not agree with some of the songs or some of the language. And I'll be honest, I don't agree with everything, but I know there's talent there. And I will be pursuing other musicians. And if it's anything, just trying to help them move on, build a bigger fan base, and maybe move on in life and get that dream to come true, especially these guys. I'm telling you, I wish I could take any one of my guitars sitting there, which I do have. It's way over there, and I'm not getting up and going. Close guys, girls, moms, dads, aunts, uncles, brothers, sisters. Share your thoughts with me. As you watch these, it is about gun control. It is about gun safety. I do try to throw some humor in there, but it's serious. This is a sad thing going in our country today. Young kids shot, young kids picking up guns and accidentally shooting others, teenagers killing parents. These things shouldn't be happening. But with the population and the things that's happened in this country today, and with the influence from your electronics and what's out there on Google and Firefox and all this that you can search and all the social medias and all this and all the, it's sad. Parents, pay attention to your kids. Start teaching them right from wrong. Start making them listen to you, not to that phone, not to that computer, not to that iPad, not to them games, because their little minds are messed up. If you're seeing them on that computer and on that phone or on that iPad or on that game 3, 4 hours a day, you're wrong. And I'm going to tell you wrong. Take it away from them. You know, I'm not saying completely take them away from them. Technology is where it's going. Technology is where it's going to happen. Technology is where your jobs are going to be. Thing is, they may not be there. It may be robots running. It may be AI running. But these guns, you have to physically pick them up, take them out there, and use them. Whether it's accidentally or intentionally, you have to take it and you have to use it. And as I say that, again, as I said in my first one, none of them's moved. And now one of them did move a while ago. It kind of scared me. Thought maybe one of them ghosts up in my house may come to visit. Take me out. Better look out. I don't know though. But everybody, if you're watching, I appreciate it. Send me a like, subscribe. I really appreciate you. God bless you. I'm gonna rest a little bit. Then I'm going to the hospital and be praying for us. It's gonna be a long day, and I mean a long day. And I'm gonna bow my head and pray again. Just say thank you, Lord. Bow your heads that give me this time. That if I can save one person's life. No, I'm not preaching to you about God every minute, but I'm trying to guide them to you, educate them of the dangers, to get family members and parents and kids to understand, to bring parenting back into the family, bring safety back into the family, to get them to understand with population today, death's going to happen. Be with those that are sick, be with those that need, be with those that are lost, be with those that are homeless, be with us as we go into this service. Lord, it goes on and on and on. That's why preachers talk as much as I do. In God's name I pray. Amen. And I still like to have. Y'all have a wonderful and blessed day.